to Millar Edge, traveling all the way from Saskatchewan to be with us here this evening. And just before the national anthem in our pregame prayer, let us introduce tonight's starters for Millar Edge. From McGregor, Manitoba, third year post player in biblical studies, number 3, Holly Dirksen. First year from Three Hills, Alberta, in biblical studies, 5'6" guard, Chloe Atmore. First year from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, in biblical studies, 5'6" guard, number 7, Emily Budd. Second year from Waymark, Saskatchewan, biblical studies, post player, 5'10", Brittany Rempel. Third year from Steinbach, Manitoba, in biblical studies, 5'7" guard, Abigail Friesen. Head coach Mike Calloway, assisted by Jordan Bloom and Ashton Calloway. And now, let's get loud and proud for your Prairie Pilots! Starting first year from Riceville, Iowa, certification in Bible, post player, 5'10", number 4, Sarah Harkin. Third year from Evansburg, Alberta, in Christian formation, 5'5" guard, number 5, Sierra Nelson. Second year from Vanderhoof, BC, in sport ministry, 5'4" guard, number 7, Nicole Boblett. First year from Suras PEI in practical nursing, 5'9" guard and post player, number 14, Rebecca Allen. First year from Helena, Montana, in aviation, 5'7" guard and post player, number 20, Leanne Johnston. The pilots are coached by Pamela Fraser and Kirsten DeLiu. And now, let's rise for the singing of our national anthem and join Kirsten for that.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Let's stay standing for prayer. Father, we thank you so much for the fact that it's Friday night, it's the weekend. Thank you for safety on the roads, for bringing so many people here, especially as Millar drove over here. Thank you for the safety you gave them. Thank you for physical health. Thank you for enthusiasm and grace under pressure. We thank you for the love of sport. And tonight we pray that you would fill this room with your presence, that as these girls play, they would feel your pleasure, and that we'd have a fun time tonight. Amen.
And here we are, about set to get the game underway from Prairie College in Three Hills, Alberta, the Rick Down Athletic Center, and a good crowd on hand so far. And once again, The starters are now coming out on the floor, and these pilots in their white, a lot of white in the uniform there, and Millar College are in their dark green, a little bit of yellow down the trunks and on the jersey as well. So Sarah Harkin will go up against Brittany Rempel. And you might remember a week ago, that Sarah poured in 37 points.
So now Millar with the ball up top. Here kicks it over to Chloe Atmore. Back down low to number 3. That's Holly Dirksen with the ball. Knocked away, but picked up by Atmore. She goes across the key. Tip goes out of bounds, but the ball will stay with the Millar edge. And this will be blocked by a few players, but trying to figure out who that is. I think it's Atmore. Atmore to inbound. And she'll bounce it there to Emily Budd. Budd spinning. Shot clock running down. Shot on the way, no good. Out of bounds, and the ball will turn over to the Prairie Pirates.
And so it's Bublitz, the ball handler, her and Sierra in the backcourt. It comes left side there for Johnston. Johnston now throws it back top to Nelson. Now nice pass in there to Ellen, and her shot goes wide.
And now number 7, Emily Budd, up the lane. She drives the key, kicks it back out. Looks like a long 3, but now down the post. Swinging shot on the way, that's going to be short. Ball's out of bounds. Prairie tried to save it, but the ball will stay with Millar edge. And now this will be number 12, Abigail Friesen inbound. She's looking, slaps the ball, trying to find a player. She finds, that's Abigail, no, sorry, my bad, Chloe Atmore. Now down low, ball knocked away by the Pilots, stolen.
And the long outlet pass on the steal. Here's Bublitz over to Johnston. Johnston now back to Bublitz. Bublitz up, no good, short. Allen short, second shot, no good. Nobody, oh, Johnston steals. Nice offensive boards there by Johnston. Throws it back to Nelson. There's Nelson, left side for Johnston. Here's Johnston back out for Nelson. Down low for Sarah. Back it comes to Bublitz. Bublitz, oh, no good, big rebound. Rebecca Johnson is there. Rebecca Allen.
So 2-0 the Prairie Pilots lead, and now here comes number 7, Emily Budd. Across the half-court line. She'll slap the ball, gets pinned, covered by a Pilot, trying to bounce it off a couple of feet, and out of bounds. Last touch by the Pilots, so it'll stay at this end. And again, it's number 12, Abigail Friesen inbound. She's looking for somebody. Puts it down low, nice pass there. As Dirksen, Holly Dirksen.
Nice work by Sarah Harkin to take that one away, and up to Nelson it comes. Here's Sierra loping across the timeline. She backs up, cross court to Bublitz. Back it comes to Johnston. Nelson, they throw it around the perimeter. There's Rebecca Allen. Touch a shot, go no good. And rebounded to make that.
Emily Budd of the Millar edge. Here she comes. Blocked off by a couple of Pilots. Spinning, loses the ball. And it looks like possession arrow will give the ball back to the Prairie Pilots.
So no score here as we have just played a little over 2 minutes in quarter one. Bublitz with the dribble, number 7. Here's Nicole looking for somebody to pass to. Johnston now, back to Sierra Nelson. Nelson down low for Allen. Back to Sierra. She head fakes. That's a shot. Go, no good. And it's taken away by Millar.
Pulled down man now, Emily Budd. Slowly up across the tan line. She steps into the front court. She'll dribble left. Kicks it up here top. That's Abigail Friesen. She'll drive the lane. And now pinned underneath. Friesen at the free throw line. Knocked away. And then she gets the possession back. Bounce pass. 3 in the middle. Shot clock running down. And I want to say foul coming up. First foul on the Prairie Pilots. First foul of the game, in fact, on the Prairie Pilots. So the ball will be under the far end here at the Rick Down Athletic Center. Number 7, that's Emily Budd. Looking for somebody, can't find anybody. Now finds it, knocked away by the Pilots, and it will stay here at this end with the Millar edge. Millar edge trailing 2-0 early in this first quarter. And now it's swung up top. That's all the way over to the key, down the low. Tie up again, and this time the ball will stay with the Millar Edge. That's Holly Dirksen on the floor fighting for that ball. And now number 7, that's Emily Budd. She's going to inbound. Getting players to move around, to knocked away. Good play on defense by the Pilots. As Millar not really able to get anything going so far early in this game. And now it will be Abigail Friesen inbound. Trying to get her players, directing traffic. Up here, here's Emily Budd. Long shot on the way, off the back rim, no good. Pulled down by the Pilots.
Another big defensive board there by Harkin. Now to Johnston, and out of bounds as Sarah let her a little bit too long, or too far, I should say. And still 2-0. Little over 3.5 minutes have been played in quarter 1.
Now the Millar Edge with the ball. Stepping into the front court here is number 7, Emily Budd. She'll drive right side, kick it to number 12. That's Abigail Friesen. Down low, layup, nice snap. Up and good by Emily Budd to tie the game.
So Bublitz on the ball carry down that right side, looking for some help. Now to Sierra Nelson. Here's Nelson in to Rebecca Allen. Rebecca takes a shot, no good, and it goes to Millar.
Pulled down by Emily Budd. She'll bring the ball up, slowly directing traffic. She hands it off to number 8. That is Brittany Rempel into the game for the Millar Edge.
There's a travel against.
Number 8, Brittany Rempel on the travel.
And we have a timeout. A special welcome tonight to all those attending the Deeper Conference being held now until Sunday here on Prairie campus. So if you are here from the Deeper Conference, anybody here from Deeper Conference, raise your hand. All right. And we want to welcome those attendees to the Rick Down Athletic Center tonight. We'll tell you more about what's coming up at halftime, lots of activity. Al Mertes has got a drum over there as well, but we're going to tell you about the halftime activities that's coming up shortly. This is a low scoring, isn't it? Just 2-2. Both teams seem to be offensively challenged at this point, and we're just over the 4-minute mark of quarter number 1. So the Pilots looking to take the lead. Left side pass to Johnston. Back to Nelson. Nelson down to Harkin. Harkin being double teamed. Nice pass to Nelson, up and good.
Really nice play there on the entry over a couple of Millar Edge players. Now in Millar Edge again, Emily Budd. Watched by a couple of Pilots, she'll dribble left. Now it's trying to swing it back. Keeping that to foot, and now it's Abigail Friesen. Up top, another drive here by Chloe Atmore. Shot off the far rim, no good. Pulled down by Budd and up and again. Good to tie this game at 4 and about halfway through the first quarter.
Somebody missed their assignment on the Pilots defense, but it's now 4-4 tie. There's the right side pass to Allen. No good. Big rebound off the foot of Bublitz. Now to Nelson. Nelson kicks it back to Harkin. Nice head fake. Here's Sarah. Good. Nope. She's going to be called for travel. No basket. Still 4-4 with 5:04 to go in quarter 1.
Looked like it was going to be an and 1 there, but now Millar Edge with the ball. Again, Budd. Across the front court, she looks for a screen, doesn't get it. Now passes it off to Brittany Rempel. Rempel, a long shot from the side. That no good. Pulled down by the Prairie Pilots.
A lot of missed shots here in the first quarter. Bublitz now down that right side again. She does a lot of the ball handling. Now to Johnston, way outside. Over there to Rebecca Allen. Rebecca just keeps shooting. Big rebound. Goes back to the Pilots. There's Nelson. Left side for Johnston. Johnston will fire. No good. Rebound. Controlled by Bublitz. Here's Bublitz. Back it comes. Now to Johnston. Johnston down low to Allen. No good. Rebound. Back to Rebecca. Up and good.
You give them 4 or 5 chances. One of them's got to go through. So now Millar Edge across half court. Trying to get a screen. And now it's Budd with the ball. She'll kick it in the corner. Friesen now. Down low. Budd with the ball. Cross. Up and fouled. That was number 8. Brittany Rempel will go to the line for 2. And that is the second team foul on the Prairie Pilots.
Rebecca Allen on the foul there. Johnston sits down, and Conaway is coming in for the Pilots. As to the line, we'll go number 8, Brittany Rempel.
So a couple of dribbles there at the foul line. Holds, shoots up and perfectly through. Nicely done. Nothing but the bottom of the net for that one. And now a second shot. Squat down, pop it up, and it rolls in.
Now we're tied at 6 here in the first quarter. 4:05 to go till first quarter time. Sierra Nelson left side for Conway. Conway threw, she almost threw it away, but rescued by the Pilots. Now, let's see, Millar take it away. No, still stays with the Pilots at the east end of the RDAC. Some discussion here by the referees. $14 on the shot clock as the Pilots still starting. Well, 4 of the 5 starters are still in the game. Here's Harkin. Back to Bublitz, right side for Conway. Conway on the dribble. She picks up her dribble, right side. There goes McCaw and also Conway. Here's Sarah Harkin now. Boy, she's been doubled and triple teamed here tonight. And it's certainly working right now.
Early, the Millar Edge have a very tight zone to let that long shot go. So far, it's working because both teams seem to be cold to start this game.
Here's a bounce pass. And taken away by Bublitz. Here's Bublitz to Harkin. Harkin working one-on-one. Goes with the basket. Misses. Rebound to Bublitz. No good. Rebound again. Up and no good. Foul. So Brittany Rempel going up for the, is that their first foul? Yeah, first foul on Millar. Here's Nicole Bublitz at the line. No good, off the back of the rim, then hits the front of the rim. So Nicole has her second chance. And yes.
And the ball will be taken. Millar trailing by just by 1. 3:20 to go here in our first quarter. As it's Bud. Over here to number 3, that's Holly Dirksen. Trying to get it down low, knocked away by Harkin. A good defensive play there. As Brittany Rempel was trying to take the pass, but it was knocked away by Harkin. Ball will stay here with the Millar Edge. And this will be Bud. Emily Bud to inbound the ball. She's watched by her counterpart, number 7 of the Prairie Pilots. Now up top. That is Abigail Friesen. She'll dribble right side. Down low, knocked away by Harkin. And now here come the Pilots with the ball.
And then McCaw takes it and throws it back to Nelson. Here's Nelson. Straight up the court and taken away by Millar.
Here comes Emily Budd on a fast break. Ball 1-on-2. Knock the ball, bounce it around. Out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Millar Edge. Has a good job by Nelson to get back on defense, stopping that chance for Mill.
As checking in, Rebecca Allen for the Pilots, and sitting down, Sarah Harkin. She sits down with no points through almost 7 minutes.
And it will be Bud under her own basket to inbound. Slaps the ball, a couple of screens, trying to find somebody, knocked away, stolen.
There's Nicole Bublitz. She's a thief when it comes to taking that ball away. As Nelson now the head fake. Lets a shot go off the glass, no good. Rebound goes to Millar Edge.
And they'll pull it down. And now Emily Budd with the ball. Watched by her counterpart, number 7 of the Pilots. That's Bublitz. Now number 2, Holly Dirksen. I'm sorry, Brittany Dirksen. And it looks like it was out of bounds, but stolen by the Pilots.
Must have been right at the end line there, but Nelson to bounce pass to Bublitz. She pulls up, now in the middle, nice pass to Allen, no good. Rebound to McCaw. McCaw lets a shot go, that's no good off the glass.
Pulled down by Emily Budd. She'll lead her team, a couple down that far left side. Bounce pass down low, now it's number 2, Brittany Dirksen with the ball. She'll pass to her sister, number 8, nice shot there. Brittany Rempel up and good. Millar takes a 1-point lead.
8-7 with under 2 minutes to go in quarter number 1. Bublitz with the dribble for the Pilots. Left side for Nelson. Down low for Allen. Here's Allen backing up and no rebound. Who's got the rebound? Bublitz pulls it out. 14 on the shot clock. Nelson will have it right side to Bublitz. Bublitz is going to fire it and drains it.
Nice 3 from the corner pocket there. As now Millar Edge trailed by 2. 1:25 to go. It is Bud with the ball. She finds the lane, drives all the way, up and good.
We're tied at 10 with a 1:15 to go in quarter one. Bublets.
Defense just kind of parted there, and then Bud took it right to the basket, tied this game at 10.
There's a shot. Oh, no good. Rebound to Allen. No. Rebound to Conway. Foul on Millar. Second team foul on Millar. And to the line will go Danielle Conway. Johnston coming in. And sitting down is Lauren McCaw.
A couple of subs as well coming in for Millar. Into the game, Kendra Thiessen, number 11.
So Conway.
As well as number 9, Faith Rutherford.
She's from Cochrane, Alberta. First year diploma in ministry. That's Danielle Conway. Her first shot is good. Here comes the second shot. Nope, big rebound on the miss shot. He gets on, hits it!
That almost worked out perfect. Instead of getting 1 point, she got 3 points on that trip. So now Bud steps across and passes it over here to number 9. That's Faith Rutherford checking into the game for the first time. Rutherford gets the ball back. That was number 12, and Friesen. Now Rutherford in the far corner. Watched by a couple of pilots. Trying to pass it off to somebody. Knocked off a pilot. Looked like it's stolen. And on the end line by Millar. That ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots, who lead by 3 with just under 40 seconds to go in our first quarter.
Uh-oh. What's going to happen? Oh, referees didn't catch too many players on the floor.
It's usually at least a turnover.
Oh, ooh. Piles got away with that one. Left side for Conway. Let the shot go. No, that was a rubber. And Harkins there. Oh, no, nobody. Boy, oh boy, Sarah is as cold as the day we're talking to you. There, oh, the drive. Sorry, by Millar. And back it comes in Johnston. Here's Johnston in the backcourt being watched by a couple of Millar players. Oh, a steal by Millar. Oh, she missed it. But she'll get it back. Score!
Great persistence by Emily Budd on that play. Stole the ball at least a couple of times. Just did not give up. And our first quarter is almost over. It is over as the Prairie Pilots with 13 points and the Millar Edge with 12. We'll be back in 1 minute with second quarter action.
Attention, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to play a game of layup tic-tac-toe. And that's brought to you by our sponsor, Snyder & Associates, VS All-Weather Windows. And if you want to be involved in this halftime and quarter break games, meet Mike in the lobby, okay? Meet Mike in the lobby if you want to play layup tic-tac-toe. And that'll be coming up at halftime here this evening. So Mike is right under the basket on the south side there. Great to have you along on this Friday night. Lots of activity over here at the Rick Down Athletic Center in Three Hills, Alberta. Very, very cold. Minus 23, wind chill down at close to minus 30 Celsius. As it's going to be the Pilots' first crack at it here in the second quarter. Nelson now to Allen. Back to Nelson, top of the key for Harkin. Harkin still looking for her first points. They're just shot by the Pilots, no good, in and out.
Pulled down by Emily Budd. Another rebound by her. And she's the guard who brings it up the court. Now tip pass right back to Bud. She splits the lane. Nice pass off to their number 8. That was Brittany Rempel missing a couple of plays on a nice passing play by the edge.
They just missed it, and back comes Nelson for the Pilots. Here's Sierra. You're going to let the shot go. No good. Harkin goes after that rebound, and we've got a foul in the paint. And Harkin is going to be called on the foul. That's the, third team foul on the Pilots? As Bublett's coming in, and Harkin will sit down. Here in quarter 2, 13-12, as you can see it on your screen. 9:22 to go till halftime.
And now Chloe Atmore with the ball, gives it to Bud. She's just checked in. That's Chloe Atmore. She's now with the ball. Couple of drives knocked away by Nelson. Atmore now gets the ball back. Up top here, Bud. Ball high above her head. She dribbles right. Knocked away. I was trying to get the ball, but it was a little below my reach, and now Atmore to inbound. Slaps the ball, looking for movement. Knocked away again by Nelson. But out of bounds and stays with the Millar edge. Again, it's Atmore to inbound. Again, slaps the ball, looking for teammates to move around. Prairie doing a good job. Deflected and great work and turned over back to the Pilots.
So Rebecca Allen doing some good work offensively and defensively for the Pilots. Bublitz straight up the court she comes, and then fades to the right-hand side looking for some help. Gives it to Allen, back to Nelson outside the three-point arc. Left side to Johnston. Johnston, nice footwork there. Back to Allen. Here's Allen, the shot on the way, no good. Big rebound to Millar edge.
A good job by Millar edge not to touch that as it was last touched, and now they have possession. As it will be Atmore to inbound to Bud. And now number 12, that's Abigail Friesen just checking back into the game. So Bud, here come the Millar edge. 8:40 to go. 13-12 Pilots lead. Oh, and she got pinned at half court, step back into the back court. So it's over and back, and the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots.
So the Pilots here with 90 seconds gone in quarter number 1. And they lead by a count of 13-12. Low scoring girls action here from the Rickdown Athletic Center in Three Hills, Alberta. Right side pass for Allen. Here's Rebecca. Pass underneath, and she threw it away.
Trying to get a bounce pass. Bud stole back.
Now Bublitz steals it for the Pilots. Outside the arc for Nelson. Back to Bublitz. Bublitz back to Nelson. There's Nelson down low for Conway. Trying to get it to Rebecca Allen, not to Conway. She steps back to Allen and couldn't get it.
Here comes Bud again. Down that far left side. Hands it off. Here comes a shot up and a no good. That was Atmore. Now Rempel can't get it to go. Boy, the play so far is as cool as the weather outside.
Yeah, right you are as Bublitz now across the line. She looked for some help. Left side pass to Nelson. Here's Sierra, ball high over the head. Trying to get it down to Conway at the top of the key. Throws it over on the right-hand side to Johnston. Johnston, left side. 4 seconds on the shot clock. There's a shot, no good. Rebound, no! Tough luck there by Bublitz.
Both teams having tough luck. It looks like a lid or something is on top of these baskets. As now Bud into the front court. She'll give it to Brittany Rempel. Now pinned by a Pilot defender. Knocked away. Boy, the Pilots are tight on defense. Giving Millar fits so far. And Mike Calloway signals for timeout and wants to talk about it as the Millar edge trail by 1 at 13-12, 7:19 to go until halftime.
And 1 week ago today, it was about the same temperature. And boy, the Pilots and Briarcrest got together on a Friday night and Saturday morning. And especially the Friday night, the Pilots were ready. And they came out of the chute just firing away and rolled to a big win, 75-42. But tonight, it's much, much different. Just 13-12, and no scoring so far in the second quarter. And this is the second quarter. And so, a lot of shots missed. I wouldn't want to look at the percentage of shots right now because, boy, it would be very, very poor for both teams as they're hitting the rim, and then it'll go back rim, front rim, side rim, wherever, but not good.
Yeah, the one thing with a low-scoring game, though, is that you don't mind a low-scoring game when it's tight. I mean, what different if it's 13-2 or whatever. If it's going to be low-scoring, at least let it be tight.
7 minutes, 19 seconds to go till halftime in a 1-point Pilots lead. And Millar have the ball.
As Chloe Atmore again, she'll inbound. Waiting for the ball from the ref. He bounced it to her. Slaps the ball, not getting a lot of movement. Good defense by the Pilots. Now up top here. And that is Abigail Friesen. Down to Atmore. Stolen again by the Pilots.
And once again, Bublitz. She's a thief ball hawk. And she's got the ball right now, right side for Harkin. Back to Bublitz. Left side for Johnston. They throw it around the perimeter. Rebecca Allen. No, we don't know. No good. Harkin. Oh, no.
And stolen by Bud. She's down that left side. Cut the middle. Up for a layup. Too far. Basket's good and one. So a nice job there by Bud picking that ball up. Cut down the left wing. Cut to the middle. Got the ball and she was hacked but kept going. Got the ball out and then Millar has a chance to lead by 2. Right now they lead 14-13. Shot up and nothing but the bottom of the net. So Millar up by 2 now.
And Leanne Johnson, she had good position on the offensive ball carrier, and she did everything she could, but it was just a great to play by a Millar edge player. And here we are back to Conway. Conway having trouble with it. She almost stepped out of bounds and she throws it away.
Here comes Emily Budd once again down that left side. Cut middle. She's going for a layup. Good play by the Pilots to knock it away. And as she was down, laid down on the out of bounds line, the ball will go back to the Pilots.
Another good defensive play there by Bublitz and Johnston converging on the ball carrier. And so Bublitz at the top of the key, left side for Conway. Here's Conway back to Johnston, throws around to Bublitz. Yes, Nicole!
Bublitz has actually kept the Pilots in it. I think that's her second 3 of the game. So now here comes the edge, knocked away by Harkin.
A steal by Harkin. Here's Sarah to the races, up to the basket. Good for Sarah!
Quick turnaround, a 3 by the Pilots, and then a 2 by Harkin on a nice steal. And the Pilots lead by 3. As once again, it's number 7, Emily Budd. Budd down low to Rempel. Kicked over here, that's Atmore. Chloe Atmore, nice ball fake. That's across the sea. Another steal. We're not keeping track of steals, but boy, Pilots have got to be in double digits already.
I'd be calling the police if I were you. Or the different coaches, because boy, oh boy, we've had more robberies and thieveries than the city of Calgary does in a day, maybe. Anyway, but Nicole Bublitz, as it was a possession call, is Johnston now left side, down to Harkin, down low. What have we got? 3 in the key against the Pilots. 5:32 to go till halftime. 18-15 for the home Pilots.
As once again, it's Bud. She'll dribble in. Directing traffic, gets a screen. Rempel. And now Rempel gets a bounce pass. Nice spin to the hoop. Bucket up and good. Nice layup there by number 8, Brittany Rempel.
So the Pilots now lead it just by 1 with close to half of the second quarter been played. There's a shot, no good. Big rebound. Now to Bublitz, to Nelson. No, that was Nicole Bublitz. Nice follow-up on the missed shot.
And she matches her number on her jersey in the last 3 possessions. That's 7 points for an out edge. Nice play by Rempel. Great entry passes. It was a give and go, and Emily Budd right down the middle of the lane put it up off the glass for 2.
As Bublitz back to Rebecca Allen. Back to Bublitz. Now comes to Allen from outside. That's going to be an air ball thrown up. And going over to Millar, and we've got some subs coming in. Let's look. Sierra's back in. Let's see who's going to sit down. Nicole's going to sit down. So you got Johnston and Nelson in the backcourt. Conway, Rebecca Allen, and Sarah Harkin.
And now it's Emily Budd and Chloe Atmore in the backcourt for Millar. Nice cut. Here's a shot up by number 3, Dirksen. No good. Pulled down by the Pilots.
Harkin outlet to Sierra. She's going to run out of room, and the ball goes over to Millar edge.
He's thrown a little too wide instead of a little farther up the court. So the ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Friesen, Abigail, to inbound the ball for the Millar edge, who trail by 1 here. And now it's Rempel. She'll turn around on a long shot on the way. No good. Pulled down by, that's number 2, Brittany Dirksen. Now we're blocked by a couple of players. with the ball tied up and staying with the Millar edge. 20-19, 4:09 to go till halftime. Pilots by 1 here in a tightly contested game. Turned over, pulled back by the Pilots.
Nelson to win the steal. Left-handed dribble now to the right hand. For Nelson, top of the key. Will she shoot? Down low for Harkin. Harkin is triple teamed. Puts it up and scores anyway.
Then now it'll be Bud. She'll go to the left side. Gets a screen, cuts, nice little entry pass. Up and oh! A little too strong there by Abigail Friesen. She had an open layup.
Nelson back for the Pilots. With 3:35 to go till halftime. Here's Conway. Shot. In and out. Now it goes. Danielle Conway gets the 2 points to go. 24-19. This is the biggest lead for the Pilots so far in this game at 24-19 in quarter number 2. It was 13-12 Pilots at the end of quarter number 1. These two teams are back here at the Ardac tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. That's 10 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, 10 a.m. Three minutes and 26 seconds to go in quarter number 2, 24-19 for the Pilots.
And on the edge again, it's Bud with the ball. Left-handed dribble, throws it up top, Rempel, and kicks it out. Shot from the corner, no good. Pulled down by Rempel, up and no good. Just a little short.
And Harkin on the defensive boards once again for the Pilots. Goes it to Nelson. There's Nelson outside the three-point arc now. Ooh, and coming into the game, let's see, that is Jacqueline Baldwalda, and she's seeing her first action in this game, and she threw it away.
And once again, it's Bud. Here come the Millar edge. Cross half court. Left-handed dribble, left side. Stopped, a good, nice give and go. Bud getting the ball back and stolen by the Pilots.
And once again, that defensive pressure and wanting that ball works out for the Pilots. There's the pass to Conway. There's Conway, no good. It dances around. And Baldwalda was walking with it as she tried to get the defensive board, or offensive board, I should say. It's still 24-19, 2:33 to go here in quarter number 2. The Pilots lead.
Hey, Emily Budd up top. Dribbles left side, knocked away again by the Pilots. Another steal by them.
Conway that time on the steal. Hands it to Nelson. Nelson right side for Conway. Down low for Harkin. Here's Harkin. She trying to go off the glass, trying to force her way in there, but she was fouled. And to the line will go Sarah. Of course, we'll have a halftime score update for you, or scoring update, I should say, as Sarah buries it from the foul line. Here comes a second shot. Not that time.
Good out there to Rempel, and she'll give it to Bud. Slow down the offense. Watched by Sierra Nelson, number 5 for the Pilots, and Bud. Up top, gets to Brittany Rempel, trying to stay in bounds. She did not. So the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots.
So it's Nelson and Baldwalda. Buwalda, I should say, for the Pilots. Nelson with the ball now to Buwalda, back to Nelson. Down low for Harkin. She steps around. Nope. What's that? Is that a travel against Sarah?
I want to say that was 3 in the key, maybe. We're not exactly sure, but anyway, Millar Edge with the basketball. Outside that three-point line, slaps the ball, hands it into number 11. That is Thiessen, who's just checked in. And once again, another steal by the Prairie Pilot women.
That's been the difference in this game so far. The amount of steals. There's a shot by Conway. No good. Rebound to Miller. Oh, almost a toss out of bounds.
As that's number 12 now, Friesen with the basketball. She'll hand off to Bud. Bud once again right down that middle court. And she'll slap the ball, hand it off to Chloe Atmore. Atmore in the corner, down low, and fouled is number 11, Thiessen, just checking into the game. Oh.
No, they're going to say travel.
Travel or out of bounds, I'm not exactly sure. 3 referees, nobody's signaling anything.
So it goes over to the Pilots. That's Sierra Nelson looking to build on this 6-point lead. Down it comes. Oh, taken away by Miller.
Here comes Bud, right down the middle. She'll go up and off the glass. Another play. And one again, and she does a great job. It looks like she has an impossible angle, but able to put that ball just perfectly off the basket. And once again, she has a chance for a 3-point play, as that is the 3rd foul of the quarter on the Prairie Pilots. And she has a chance to get it back to a 3-point lead for the Pilots. And with that bucket, she does. 1:02 till halftime. 25 for the Prairie Pilots, 22 for Millar.
Into the last minute of this quarter. Right side pass for Bawalda. Bawalda buries it from outside. Check that. Sierra Nelson, number 5 instead of number 6. Knew that looked like Sarah. Okay, Millar have it.
Into the corner here, number 3, that is Holly Dirksen. Knocked away by the Pilots. The ball will stay down low. It's just an entry pass went wide to Kendra Thiessen. Number 11, who just stepped in. And had a couple of points already for the Millar Edge. Again, slowly. And now up top here, that is number 3, Dirksen with it. Dirksen down low to Atmore, driving the line. Knocked away by the Pilots. Scrambled for it and pulled down by the Pilots.
Once again, Sarah Harkin in the backcourt. Takes it away. Now we've got a Millar player. Whoa, that's... might have hit her head or something. Not exactly sure what the situation is there, but she's crying and in noticeable pain for sure, huh?
Panic attack or
Oh, yeah.
I'm not exactly sure. She's really shaking her hands. As both teams look very concerned. Mike trying to console her over there. I'm not exactly sure what to do. You don't think it's an injury? I didn't. It just seems like. I mean, we didn't really see what happened. We were following the ball up court, and she just kind of dropped in the backcourt and really shaking her hands. So we're not exactly sure. It's Chloe Atmore who's down there in the backcourt.
Oh, it is Chloe. Okay.
And number 5 for the Millar Edge. People around here trying to console her or help her in any way they can. It's when competition and things kind of step aside when you see a player back there. Not really sure what happened. It didn't seem like she was hit or anything, but I don't know if it's just like overexertion or, yeah, she's still in discomfort here in the backcourt.
Pilots lead by 6 with 24.4 seconds to go till halftime. But they've had quite a delay here.
This is almost where it would be just better, you know what, to add 24 seconds to the third quarter, take your half-court break now. But he's still on the floor in a lot of discomfort. Trying to roll her now to a blanket that they have on the court. As her head coach, Mike, it looks like she is looking a little bit better.
That's her father that's bending over her. And have they got some ice, it looks like? Or
maybe overheated, or we're really not sure. Obviously, you just wish her the best, and like I said, sports and things like that pale in comparison to players' health and players' well-being.
Chloe, of course, played her high school ball at PCA and then decided to go out to Millar. I believe she has a couple of cousins out there as well, so they're having a lot of fun at Millar College. And so she's back here in Three Hills, and her parents are here tonight, of course, to watch her. And they're both on the court assisting her in any way they can. But the referees are at half court, and I think maybe they should just tack on the 24 seconds to the third quarter, but we'll see. As now there's more people around her.
And the board comes out here, so
wow.
I'm not really
Would it
sure.
be a neck or
Neck or a back injury? Boy, you really have
yikes?
no idea.
It's like a bit of a stretcher coming out
So
now.
maybe, like I said, it looked like almost a panic attack with her shaking her hands, but maybe that was just the pain.
Yeah.
It must have been maybe bent the neck or back. Funny, you can never be too cautious when it comes to injuries on your back or your neck. But she's looks like they're going to slowly move her so they can get the back brace under her. And she's, boy, in a lot of discomfort.
She sure isn't. Yeah.
And like I said, we were following the ball.
That's what they're going to do now. The referee just comes over and says 24.4 seconds tacked on to the third quarter. And then there was coming up the event at halftime. Halftime will occur right now, and they'll add the 24.4 seconds on to the beginning of the third quarter. So don't forget that a game of layup tic-tac-toe is coming up during halftime. Hopefully you've talked to Michael and given your name. It's brought to you by our sponsors, Snyder and Associates, up against all-weather windows. And that's coming up real soon. We also have something up in the third quarter of this evening's proceedings.
get you to, but just wait a bit, because I gotta put some stuff.
Looking now at the scoring there in the first half of play. For the pilots, they're led by Nicole Bublitz. She has 9 points. And then Sarah Harkin and Sierra Nelson, 5 each. 4 from Danielle Conway and 4 from Rebecca Allen. As far as fouls are concerned, Sarah has 2, Sierra 1, Rebecca 1, and Leanne Johnston has 1.
Okay, go for it then. You can. Yeah.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to play Layup Tic-Tac-Toe. The game is sweeping the nation in excitement. Brought to you by our sponsor, Snyder & Associates, via all-weather windows. So, the contestant must make a layup, then they can lay down their tile at center. Then they must go another layup to get another tile, and so on till they win. Okay. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, go!
That's a big oof. He's still gonna win.
We have a winner. Who is it? John from where?
Red Deer.
John from Red Deer. Congratulations, John. He wins the tic-tac-toe. What does he win there, Michael? All right, he wins a prize. So that's the men's contest. Now the ladies. Let's give the ladies some cheer. Get set, go! We have one tile down in the middle. We have a winner in the ladies contest. Who have we got over here? Your name? Jerusha? Jerusha. Okay, Jerusha, where are you from? Alex, Alberta. Student here at college? No. You're here for the deeper? No? Just visiting. Okay. Congratulations, Jerusha from Alex, Alberta. And what will she take?
There you go.
And we have another game coming up. We'll tell you about that as the third quarter goes along. Once again, for the Pilots scoring, Nicole Bublitz led with 9. 5 each from Sarah Harkin and Sierra Nelson, 4 from Danielle Conway and Rebecca Allen for 28 points for the Pilots in the first half. And now you're up to the minute.
That's the game one? This is the one.
So here we go for the start of quarter number 3. And the buzzer is going to go in about 20 seconds to notify the officials that we have played the end of the third quarter. And Sarah Harkin starts the scoring for the Pilots here in the third quarter. Now a steal by the Pilots in the front court. Pass off to Nelson. Here's Nelson. Little footwork there. Throws it down to Sarah, but it's taken away by the Millar edge. And that's going to be now the official end of the second quarter. So they'll just go for a couple of minutes, and away they go for the start of quarter number 3. So it was 28-22 for the Pilots at the end of the second quarter, and then they added another 2 points. And so Millar will defend the east and Pilots on the west end.
I was actually just out in the lobby trying to get an update, but they're not really sure. She's still in the back brace. It looks like the paramedics have been called. Again, you just can't fool around with neck or back injuries. Now we're back to basketball as Rempel in the corner, knocked out of bounds by that tight pressing defense of the Pilots. Knocked out of bounds, and the Millar Edge will stay with the basketball.
Both these teams were victorious last weekend as Berman was at Millar, and Millar took 2 games from Berman, and the Pilots were victorious over the Briarcrest Clippers last weekend.
That is once again knocked away. That is number 3, Dirksen, Holly Dirksen. Now a long shot on the way, off the side rim, no good.
And Harkin has it. Here's Sarah looking up court. Goes a long pass to Nelson. That's going to go out of bounds and out of play. So Millar Edge will take it.
Looking like some Super Bowl throws in that, barn burn of a 13-3 Super Bowl a couple weeks ago. So now Millar Edge back with the basketball. Here comes Bud. Slow dribble into the front court. Watch closely. She pulls up the ball. Now hands it off to Rempel. Driving the baseline. Shot up and no good. But fouled on the way. So in the act of shooting, she'll be sent to the line for 2 shots here. That is the first foul on the Prairie Pilots of the third quarter. First foul in the third quarter ball on either team. Has a couple of dribbles here by Brittany Rempel. Shot up and off the side rim and no good. Second chance. Millar Edge down by 8. 9:22 into our third quarter. Rempel's low squatted that one, but finds the bottom of the net.
So here we come with the Pilots now. Nicole Bublitz down that right side for Johnston. Johnston, back it comes to Sierra Nelson outside. Now to Rebecca Ellen. Will she shoot? Bounce pass down to Harkin. Here's Harkin having trouble once again against 2 or 3 defenders. Kicks it back to Nelson. There's Nelson, a long shot. No good. Big rebound. And it's going to go to Millar.
As it's Bud. Slow dribble, trying to set up the offense. Quick pass in there to Brittany Rempel. On the baseline. Walked by Harkin. Rempel, it was knocked away, but she got it back. Here is number 12. That's Abigail Friesen. Down low. Cut across the key. Up and no. Back rim, front rim, and no good.
That looked like for sure was it. Oh, there's Nelson, long home run ball. That's past everybody and out of bounds. As Danielle Conway now steps onto the court, and Sierra Harkin will sit down. Sarah only had, Sarah, yes, had only 5 points in half one, so Millar defense is really working.
Good work as the ball gets bounced around now. Controlled here by number 2. That's Brittany Dirksen. Down low to number 8, Brittany Rempel. Baseline, and the shot clock runs out. Pilots have it.
Bublitz with the ball. Down that right side. Now she back pedals a bit into the center of the court. Back to Sierra Nelson. Oh, big rebound. She gets her own on the missed shot. Here's Sierra twisting, turning, throwing it back to Conway. Conway has it taken away from her.
Half blocked there by the Millar Edge. And now once again it's Bud. Really the only guard that brings up the ball for the Millar Edge. And she's going back and forth, trying to end out. Another steal by the Pilots.
That has been the big difference. Steals from the Pilots. Oh, Johnston unable to make contact with the ball right underneath the basket, and it goes out of bounds.
A defensive assignment missed there by Millar, but fortunate for the Edge, they didn't have to pay for it. As once again, Emily Budd, number 7. She'll cut into the middle, top key, stops and waits, knocked away. Good steal there and a good work by Johnston, knocking it out of bounds. So the ball will stay with the Millar Edge. Inbound at about half court. It will be number 2. That is Brittany Dirksen. The inbound to Bud. Bud, a dribble up top. Gets a screen from Rempel. Now she stops, pops down low, knocked out of bounds. Off her own player and out of bounds. Another turnover by Millar Edge.
Only 1 point for Millar Edge here in quarter number 3. As the Pilots have stretched it now to 7 points at 30-23. 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Sierra with the dribble. Top of the key, Ellen is there. Now to Bublitz. Bublitz back to Nicole. Now to Sierra. Will Sierra go for three? Now Bublitz. And she buries it from the corner.
I think she's 3 for 3 from out there. That's 9 points, pushing the lead to 10 as Rempel spins along that baseline. Watched closely by the Pilots, a couple of them trying to knock it away. Now she drives that baseline, kicks it out. Up top here, number 2, that is the long shot, no good. Dirksen, and the rebound by, I'm not sure, one of the Millar Edge players, and they cut the lead to 8.
Nelson on the dribble. Left side for Allen. Back it comes to Bublitz. Bublitz looking for Johnston. Here's Sierra. The ball is high overhead now to Bublitz. Here's Bublitz. Oh, taken away by Millar.
Here comes Bud again on a fast break. She'll take it wide up down and good. Got that layup to perfection. This time she wasn't fouled, but the lead is now 6 with just over 6 to go in our third quarter.
Bublitz now looking for some help down low. Allen calls for it down low. Here's to Conway. Here's Conway now. And it has taken away.
And it's a Bud again. She's going to go for that patented layup. She is. No, she'll try to throw it across. Blocked in now, back up top. Kick down low to number 2. That's Brittany Dirksen. She'll spin and kick it up top to Friesen. She'll drive down the middle lane, knocked away. Good steal by Sierra Nelson.
Nelson on the dribble. Straight up the court she comes. Looking for Conway now left side for Allen. Here's Allen. No big rebound to Millar. Down on the court. 2 players battle for it. It'll stay with the Pilots as Harris Harkin. And also that is Jacqueline Buwalda from Wetaskiwin, Alberta. First year, Jacqueline is number 6. And so it's Nelson. Check that. Bublitz, the inbounds to Nelson. Here's Nelson for 3. Big rebound on the missed shot.
Bud doing everything for the Millar. She's probably been the number 1 star of the game, and she brings the ball into the front court. Up top, nice slow down low. Rempel spins, can't get it to go.
Nice defense by Danielle.
Back. And now back up top, Brittany Rempel. Couple of dribbles, now Bud at the free throw line. Spinning, twisting, long shot on the way. Side rim, no good. Good job though by Millar. And unfortunately the ball goes out of bounds and back to the Prairie Pilots.
So it's time to announce another game. The team name is the Pilots, so that means an airplane game coming up. And 5 participants start upstairs on the mezzanine, and the closest to center court wins it. So give your name to Michael over there in the lobby, and at the end of the third quarter, the participants will see what they can do with that airplane. So here we are at the Rickdown Athletic Center. We've got a much closer game than we had a week ago as the Millar Edge hanging around. The Pilots had it up to 9, and now Millar has reduced that to 6. But the Pilots looking to get another couple of points as they bring it down the court. Here's Bublitz. Outside to Nelson. Nelson now has it taken away by Millar.
As Emily Budd again, fast break. Likes that left-hand dribble or the right-hand dribble. But knocked away and now pulled down and stolen.
Now Sarah Harkin down that left wing against Bud. Here's Sarah. Yes!
Looked like she was under the hoop and too far, but able to get it to go. As Pilots push their lead to 8. Now it's Bud getting a screen from Rempel. Rempel trying to cut in. A good steal by Nelson on the Pilots.
So that's been the difference. The Pilots have been able to steal that ball, take it away on the defense. As Harkin at the top of the key, looking for some help. Kicks it out there to Bublitz. Bublitz a shot on the way. No good. Big rebound comes to Harkin. Harkin has it taken away, and Millar has it.
Good steal there by Rempel, and she'll hand to Bud. Cuts that center dribble. Couple of dribbles, trying to get a direct her to offense. Waiting. Nobody comes. So a long pass over there. As that is number 9, Rotherdale in the corner, stolen by the Pilots once again.
Not sure how many turnovers or forced turnovers, but the Pilots, Bullwald missed an open shot, and it's into the hands of the Millar Edge.
And once again, it's Bud. Gets a pass there from Rotherdale. She's up top, number 7 of the Millar Edge. Spinning, down Rempel, drive, baseline, shot, 3 rims and no good. Oh boy, there's been some chances by both teams, and just, they will not fall.
So 3 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Pilots have it down low for Harkin. Here's Harkin having trouble. Kicks it back to Nelson. Now 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. There's the shot. Good! Nicole Bublitz for 3 more.
And I think, again, 4 for 4. I think she is 100% from 3-point. I mean, NBA players wish they could be like that.
Harkin on the missed shot by the Millar Edge as the Pilots now are stretching it. They lead 38-27. 11 points, that's the biggest lead. Now a steal by Millar in the backcourt.
As weaving her way is as number 2, Brittany Dirksen. And then knocked out of bounds, but it will stay at the court, far end of the court. 17 to go on the shot clock. 2:25 to go. Pilots lead by 11 at 38-27.
As now going into the game for the Pilots, that's Rebecca Allen and Leanne Johnston.
Inbounding play, just can't get it to go. Was Bud, who was wide open on the layup. Oh, she was left uncovered. There was a defender within a couple of feet of her and just could not get the layup to go. But the ball on the possession arrow will stay with Millar, as that is Friesen inbound. High above her head, trying to find a player. She does. That is number 4, Rempel.
Johnson after the steal, and she's out of bounds.
So, like you said, Brittany Rempel, McKinley Rempel. Seems like Rempel and Dirksen is the entire team from Millar Edge. And Bud, of course. And she has the ball now, Emily Budd. A right hand dribble. Long pass in up top there. Kicked over to the corner to Rempel. Now Bud, knocked away by the Pilots once again.
Almost a steal in the backcourt by Millar, but Nicole, she corrals it. Left side, looking for some help. Back it comes to Nelson, right side for Johnston. She won't shoot. Back to Nelson, down low for Rebecca Allen. She steps in, but we have illegal use. Oh, I'm not exactly sure. When they said unsportsmanlike, not positive.
We got some.
It's like a technical, I guess, because you have Millar down at the shooters down at the one end there.
Couple of shots for the second shot is good. Not really sure what happened. It didn't seem anything really vicious, but Harkin has to check out with 4 fouls. Again, it's seems like we're missing the part. We missed the injury. We missed this, but now I'm not really sure what the play was called, but the lead is now 10, 38-28. Millar inbound. Bud gets the throw in there from Friesen. Now bothered, kicks it over here. Drive down the middle of the lane. Number 2 kicks it into the corner. That was Dirksen. Now she's got a shot. Offside rim, no good.
And Nelson pulls out the defensive boards, and off she goes. Down that left wing, looking for Allen on the left wing. Cross court to Bublitz. Here's Bublitz back out front to Nelson. Left side for Johnston. Down low for Allen. She turns, spins, in and out, no good. Out of bounds to Millar.
Seems like a lot of these shots, there's been a couple that have gone about halfway down and popped back out. So
When you're cold, you're cold, huh?
1:18 to go. Pilots lead by 10. Bud, that right hand dribble now cuts to the middle. Sees kind of part, she'll split it down low. That is now back up top to Friesen. Friesen kicks it to the middle of the court back. She gets a return pass. That is Friesen now. Kicking it to Bud. Bud will drive down the left hand. Now right hand. Trying to throw a shot up. And it looks like she was fouled. So that is the third team foul on the Pilots here in the third quarter. That will send number 7, Emily Budd, back to the line. So a couple of dribbles, now Budd. And that rims around and then down it goes. So they have 29 points now. Trying to cut it to 8 points with under a minute to go in our third quarter. And it bounces around and down it goes for 2 from the line for Emily Budd.
55 seconds to go in quarter number 3. The Pilots hanging on to an 8-point lead. Just when they get ready to stretch it, Miller comes back. Here's Nelson looking to go from way outside. Now Rebecca Allen lets a shot go. No good. Rebound goes to Miller.
As Emily Budd now with the ball. Pestered by a couple of Pilots in the backcourt. She'll bring it from front court to back court. Drive down the middle. Couple of dribbles. Rempel now. Brittany Rempel in the corner, number 12. Back up top. Careful as he's swinging around. Now a chance. Drive. Looks like she was fouled, but no call by the referee. Ball out of bounds. It will stay with the Millar Edge. That was Brittany Dirksen, who did a good job just getting the pass and tried to drive. The ball was blocked by the Pilots out of bounds, and so Miller. Long shot on the way by Miller. Off the side rim, no good. And it bounced out of bounds, and the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots, who lead by 8.
20.5 seconds, still three-quarter time. It's a close one. It's been close all the way right from the start. Unlike the game a week ago against Briarcrest. Here's Conway back to Nelson. Now to Nicole. Nicole back to Leanne. Down to Nicole. Oh, she missed it. She is human after all.
But still, 4 for 5, 80%.
Not bad, huh? Who wouldn't want to have an 800% batting average in baseball, huh?
As now the Pilots putting on a little bit of a full court press as the third quarter comes to an end.
And now it's time to go flying in the airplane game. So 5 participants will start upstairs in the mezzanine. Do we have the 5 up there? Wave your hands if you're up there. There, okay. Very good, so who's number 1? Is there a lady up there? It's always ladies first. Oh! I'm glad I'm not riding with those guys. Anybody from the aviation department up there?
I said closest to center court.
Got to put some more luggage in there. Weight it down a little bit. Oh, there's one close to the center court. That might be the winner. Oh,
Second.
Okay. That's it, huh? Who won? Number 1. Who's number 1? All right. Congratulations and thank you for playing the very exciting airplane game, where you can go high and still enjoy it. So here we go for quarter number 4. And the Pilots clinging to that 8-point lead at 38-30. It was 28-22 for the Pilots at the end of the first half. 38-30 now. And the Pilots will take first chance. Down low for Harkin, and she's fouled, and she'll go to the line. Now, Sarah is playing with 4 fouls, so she's going to have to be careful. And been a relatively frustrating evening for Sarah. After scoring 37 points and getting it so easily, she's been Every time she gets that ball, she's had 2 or 3 gals right in her face. There's Sarah.
I'd say that's also a testament to the Millar defense. They've been very close on her, usually doubling her down low.
Without a doubt. The coaches have done their homework, that's for sure. The Millar coaches.
And now it will be Bud once again bringing the ball up. Right hand dribble, steps across half court. And watch there by Nelson. And she'll get it back, drives the lane, nice. Boy, it didn't look like it was going to be a give and go, but it worked, and that's 2 points for Millar.
Bublitz now on the ball carry. Here's Sierra, back to Bublitz. Now Rebecca Allen lost it out to a Millar edge.
As it will be back to Bud, and she looked like she was hit in the face, but she is okay, dribbling, right hand, left hand, down low to Brittany Rempel. Rempel, baseline, drops, and she'll kick it back up top. That is number 9, Rutherford.
Steal by Leanne. Johnston going up. Nice defense. Rebound to Harkin. Put back, good.
Good follow there by Harkin of the Pilots. And now the ball will go back to the Millar edge. Their black jerseys with the yellow and green trim. Now a pass that was not corralled by Dirksen, Brittany Dirksen.
So it's Bublitz, right-hand side to Allen. Kicks it back to Bublitz, throws it around nicely. Great ball distribution by the Pilots. Down low for Harkin. Oh, she turns and she puts it up. No good. Rebound to Millar.
Good job by Rimple, and she'll quickly swing that to Bud, who drives. Kicks it out here, long shot, short on the short side there. That was number 3, Holly Dirksen. And now the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots.
Nelson has it on the dribble, straight up court. Looking for Leanne on the left side. Or it goes. Does Leanne? Oh, that's going to be short and out of bounds unless somebody grabs it. And Millar defense just let it go out of bounds. And so it's going to be, Millar ball at the west end of the Ardac.
As Millar edge now with the basketball. Once again, Bud up top of the foul line. Nice spin there by Rimple. Shot up and no good.
Harkin pulls it out of the pack and down she goes. Nice pass to Leanne Johnston. Leanne puts it back to Bublitz. Or to Sierra. Nice 3-way passing. 2 points.
Finally, the Prairie Pilots able to connect with that long pass. And it was an easy 2 there for the nice passing play. As now Bud, once again, number 7 from the edge. She'll drive right side, knocked away, but pulled down. Here is number 2, that's Dirksen.
But Sierra Harkin has it. There's Harkin. 2 more for Sarah. And what do we got? Timeout. Timeout on the floor. The Pilots have stretched their lead now, 46-32. And they have outscored Millar 8-2. Here in the fourth quarter of play. Don't forget, these 2 teams are back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. That's Mountain Standard Time. 10 a.m. We'll have that game for you again tomorrow morning.
Thinking maybe they're trying to get the wave started.
It's just basically a trickle right now, isn't it? So here we go to the last 7 minutes and 24 seconds of our fourth quarter. So the Pilots, as I said, have stretched that lead now. They lead by 14 big ones. Let's see if Millar can cut into it.
As Bud, once again, probably been the best player for the Millar edge. But almost stolen. Now she'll drive right side. Left side back, spins it up top. Here's swinging around at Millar. The outside, now Rempel. Good ball fake. But the ball tied up under the basket. And the possession arrow will give the ball to Millar. Yes. We're going to stay here with Friesen to inbound. Abigail Friesen along the baseline. slaps the ball, getting her teammates set screens and move around. The ball gets in there to Rempel, Brittany Rempel. Now turn it over.
Leanne Johnston on the steal now. Harkin on the dribble. She spins. Nice work by Sarah.
Well done, and she just was able, with a nice spin move, to split the defenders, and she gets 2 more for the Pilots, who now have a 16-point lead at 48-32. Millar on the outside, spinning it around. Rempel corralling it down low. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock. Up top, Friesen. Now Bud. She'll drive. In, up, shot. No, back rim. No good. Pulled down by the edge. And that was number 8, Brittany Rempel. Foul. So second team foul, or first team foul by Prairie here in this 4th quarter. Sending Brittany Rempel for 2 tries at the free throw line. 6:32 to go. Has a chance to cut this lead to 14. First shot, good. Off that front rim and drop down for Brittany Rempel. Second shot, she toes the charity stripe. Low shot and nothing by the bottom of the net. So, quick timeout, no subs coming in for Prairie.
As Lauren McCaw sees some more action for the Pilots. As Nicole with the right-handed dribble up the court. Back to McCaw. McCaw outside the three-point arc, down low for Harkin. Back to Bublitz. Once again on fire.
Again, I want to say that's 5 for 6, so above 80%. I mean, some guys think it's good at 30%. Come check out Bublitz on the threes.
There's the outlet now to McCaw. There's McCaw, throws it back to Allen. Now the bounces back to Nelson, who's going to have to hurry. Gets across that timeline, she does. There's Nelson now going to the left side. Back to Harkin. Harkin, no, rebound off the back of the rim.
Rempel pulls it down, and she'll get the ball back. And then stolen again by the Pilots.
Yep. Oh, Nicole didn't see the half court coming up. As she, I think she lost her way on the court. But
14
over and back in.
Shot clock. Yeah, over and back on the Pilots. So it's Emily Budd now with the basketball. She'll drive right side. Nice, trying to give that give and go, but a turnover again.
Bublitz back on the left wing. She comes slowly up the court as we approach the 5-minute mark of the 4th and final quarter. Harkin now turns cross court to Bublitz. Bublitz down low for McCaw. Back to Sierra Nelson. Head fake. Bounce pass down to Harkin, but 3 in the key.
As it was a really well-designed play by the Pilots, but just too long in the key, and so the ball will go back to Emily Budd in the middle edge. Now Brittany Rempel, nice spin at the foul line. She'll kick it into the corner. Up top here, that is 11. And Kendra Thiessen gets the jumper to go.
And Bublitz. Up the wing she comes. Into the middle of Sarah. Outside the paint. Now it's Nicole. She wants more. Missed shot. Big rebound. Comes to Millar.
As once again, Bud will step into the front court with the basketball. Directing traffic. Waiting for a screen from Rempel. Up top. Swings it over the corner. Down low. Baseline. Good knock away there by the hustling defense of the Prairie Pilots. That was Harkin knocking out of bounds. So 11 seconds still on the shot clock. As it will be Abigail Friesen inbound, number 12 of the Millar Edge. On that sideline, only 11 seconds to get a shot off.
If you get me up.
And that is in the corners now, stolen by Harkin. Pushed out of bounds. A foul? It is a foul.
And Sarah certainly went down. As Esther comes out there, seeing her first action, number 15 for the Pilots.
That is a promise if you fall through.
As it is Conway. Back to Esther. Now to Bublitz. Conway turns, now to Sarah. Sarah buries it. That's a 2.
Esther obviously not seeing much action. She's not even on her scorecard. So the Millar Edge now with the basketball. Under 4 to go. 53 Pilots, 36 Millar. As they pass down low, stolen again by the Pilots. Another costly turnover by Millar.
Yeah, that's certainly been the difference. The defensive hands and boards for the Pilots here this evening as Sarah down low for Conway. She puts it back to Nelson. Here's Nelson's shot on the way. No, that's not going to go.
And pulled down by the Millar Edge. That was Rempel with another rebound. As Bud spins it in the corner. That is number 3, Holly Dirksen. A long shot on the way. Nothing. Hit the backboard, but that was it. Didn't hit the rim at all, and now the Pilots have it.
And that's really been the big difference, besides the defense, has been the lack of outside shooting by the Millar Edge. Just no, I don't think they've hit a 3 tonight, have they?
No, I would think that's maybe their first or second even attempt from outside. As the Millar Edge now gets with the steal. Once again, it's Bud. She'll drive right side, watched closely by Nelson. Number 5, the Pilots. Off a couple of feet. Now corralled by Bud. She'll kick into the corner. And a spin there by Dirksen. Knocked out of bounds. Good defense by the Pilots. Now it's Rempel. And she bounced it off her foot. Out of bounds, the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots.
2:33 to go in the ball game. 53-36 as you see on your screen there. As Johnston back in. And Sierra Nelson will sit down. So don't forget. Don't forget that we have the player of the game coming up for both Millar and the Pilots. Here's Esther in the middle to Harkin. Harkin down low. And the ball was going one way, and Danielle was going the other way.
I'd have to say that Emily Budd and maybe, well, I'm going to say the hot three-point shooter, Bublitz, has probably got her vote in for the player of the game. So it is now spun around, knocked out of bounds by Millar. As that went off the arm of Holly Dirksen, out of bounds, the ball goes back to Prairie.
So Bublitz down that left wing, she goes. She pauses, now to Johnston. Johnston top of the key for Harkin, over to Bublitz. Bublitz back to Conway, she turns, and it's taken away by Millar Edge.
Here comes Millar again, this is number 9, Faith Rotherdale. And she'll try to get it, swings. Long shot, a short shot. And it bounces on the end line. And the ball will go back to the Prairie Pilots. Under 2 to play, 1:47.
Well, that's right, it's all Pilots here in the latter stages of this game. It was close. Still only 38-38. Make that 38-30 at the end of the third quarter. So the Pilots have really taken over here in this fourth quarter.
I don't think their lead has dropped below double digits actually here in the fourth quarter.
Here's Harkin over to Bublitz. She's going to go for another 3. That time, nope.
And pulled down by Faith Rotherdale. She'll get it over there to Brittany Dirksen. Down the right side, cut in the middle. Can't get it to go. Off the glass, no good. And then she'll kick it out. Here's number 3. That is Holly Dirksen. Cousin or whatever. And unfortunately, neither of them can get the ball to drop.
1:09 to go in the game. It's all Pilots here in the last few minutes. As Lee and Johnston. Right side pass for Esther. Back to Leanne. And out of bounds. Was last touched by Millar Edge. Nicole Bublitz will bring it in on the west end with now just 58 seconds to go in the game. There's the pass into Esther, and she couldn't catch it. And so Millar Edge will take it.
And it's now inbounded. This is Brittany Dirksen bringing the ball up this time. She'll dribble right back to the left. Kick down low. That is number 4, McKinley Rempel. She pulls the ball down, trying to get it back.
Bublitz takes it over to Harkin. 2 more. Oh no, Sarah missed it. Bublitz has it. Rebound. Put back. Good.
Couldn't get the shot up, and she got a little too far under the hoop, lucky to keep the ball in bounds. As a couple of the subs coming in for Millar, as Faith Rotherdale and Brittany Dirksen seeing their first action. Brittany Dirksen now the guard, bringing the ball up. As Emily Budd has pretty much played the entire game, so Mike Calloway deciding to give her a little bit of rest with only 20 seconds to play.
So Nicole will probably they'll just probably run the timeout. Don't shoot, Nicole. Out. Anyway, back to Harkin. She drives the end baseline. There's a little jumper. That's good. Wide open.
They actually had to run a play because the shot clock would have ran out. So it's only 5 seconds to go. Millar's got to hurry to get a shot away. 2-1. Just dribbling it out. And that is the end of our game. Your Prairie Pilots 57, Millar Edge 36.
Don't forget, 10 a.m. tomorrow, we'll be back with more action from the Rick Down Athletic Center. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, time to tell you the player of the game. First of all, for the Millar Edge, third year from Steinbach, Manitoba, 5'7" guard, number 12, Abigail Friesen. And from your Pilots, second-year player from Vanderhoof, BC, in sport ministry, number 7, one of the captains, Nicole Boblez. We'll see you at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, and all those in the deeper conference, go to Parable Place. Okay? Thank you for attending tonight. Come back tomorrow. Bring somebody with you tomorrow morning.